I'm gonna figure out a way how to make this work, but right now we're not. So with that said, I'm gonna go straight to it and have fun. All right, I'm gonna be on mute.
Artexrtic.
Let's go.
Send stars to show your support. Stream elements. Artexrtic is now live. Streaming Dota 2, Plus. Botrix. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Helios. Yo.
Do you see these ellipse lines that I put here that gives form to the drawing? This will be very important for those of you who are watching this stream for right now. Okay? So these lines will indicate when bending is happening and when bending is going to occur based on the action on the individual. Now, you must be wondering, what does this mean for clothing? It means a lot, so pay attention to this. Those of you who are having a hard time understanding how to use folds. Now, there's something you need to keep in mind. There are certain categories of folds you must keep in mind. So, like, number one, when you're dealing with something like a jacket, there's not going to be a lot of short lines. Either they're going to be elongated or folding. When it comes to more tighter outfits, they're going to be short lines and either long to short lines, but no folding because they're tight. 9 times out of 10. So, like, if I were to right now draw, say, like an outfit on this character, say this gesture drawing right here. Let me see. How do I draw impact frames? I have no idea what that is. Oh wait, no, I know what that is. That's something that's for animation. I'm gonna save that off for animation because I don't think you can probably make it work in a still frame, but I think it's better explained in animation wise. So if you want to get, if you want those animation explanations, you gotta help me get the 100,000 on TikTok or so, because that's my goal, to get to 100,000 to do animation for y'all. But let's just focus on the clothing for right now because that's a little bit more easier to get to. So, like, let's just say I drew like a shirt. Let's say I drew a shirt on this character, right? Now, what will happen when drawing this shirt, depending on what the shirt is? Let's say it's a t-shirt, just a basic, plain old t-shirt, right? What's going to happen is that because the t-shirt is usually very thin, it's going to wrinkle a lot. So where it's going to wrinkle is where the joints is. 9 times out of 10. Yeah, encourage more viewers to share, and follow, like, and thing, guys. If you have a friend or if you're trying to learn how to do drawings, please come in here and hit the like and stuff. I'm here to teach today. I'm gonna teach for 2 hours and then I'm jumping off and going to play a game. Maybe an hour and a half or so. I don't know, because I have to do the event. So come in and hit the like and ask your questions and stuff like that. I wish we had the questionnaire thing. I missed that because it usually be in line and I can just get to each of them and no one doesn't miss their question. I don't have to have Bri pin it every time. But anyway, so with clothing, based on the subject matter, if it's thin, always know that if it's thin, hell heels, what's going on? If it's thin, I'm saying that, thin equals wrinkles, right? Thin and tight. Wrinkles means long wrinkles, probably, depending on the joints, but it's going to wrinkle and it's going to be long in wrinkles. But if it's tight, it's going to have short wrinkles. Wrinkles, but short. Okay, so like for instance, let's look at her outfit here. Let's look at the leggings, not the top. This is very loose. So what's going to happen? It's going to fold with long lines and folding. Okay, anything big and loose is usually long lines and folding, right? But because it's thin, it's gonna wrinkle, but it's not going to be short lines. The shorter the lines, the tighter the outfit. So like for instance, if you see the leggings on her, under the buttocks here, white here at the butt cheek right here, you can see that there's a little bit of line and folding here because the compression between the butt cheek and the leg is pressing, right? So you have to keep that in mind within compression. because look at how when her leg is like this, there is no wrinkling happening when you're drawing a character with leggings or something skin tight 9 times out of 10. The wrinkling will happen between the butt cheek and the leg because there's compression. Compression is when two things are literally pressing against each other in any type of situation. So like here, her knee here, the back of the calf, it would wrinkle here, or at least be like this, or what's the right word? It will be much more pressed on. You can see wrinkling here, but because they're so close tight, you can see that there's a little wrinkling there. Now, the bending of the love handle to the leg, pressed almost to the buttocks here, is going to be wrinkling here, but it won't be wrinkling under the butt or even on the back because there's nothing being pressed against, because there's pressing against the love handle and the leg here. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're doing your wrinkling. That's when you should wrinkle. And then because of based on the direction and where the character is moving, the wrinkle will only go based on the compression and the joints. So like if there's any joints movements, like this arm, let's just say for the oh my god, I can't talk, for this more loose jacket, it's going to wrinkle frequently because it's loose. So there's a bunch of wrinkling just coming in and out. I think it's a little bit too much in my opinion, but it feels quite right. So it's not like it's problematic because we know it's a jacket, and the jacket is really reflective. First, the jacket is reflective. 2, it's loose, and 3, it's loose, it's reflective, and it's thin. So it's going to wrinkle frequently. It's going to make a bunch of folding, but it's not going to be short wrinkles. It's going to be very long folded wrinkles, if anything folds. So like for instance, her arm here, I would say like the compression between the armpit and the torso is happening. So what I will do is, okay, what I'll do is put some wrinkles here, and then the compression of the leg to the love handle per se, it'll be wrinkling here, and then if depending, it'll be wrinkling here, and it'll be wrinkling depending on the jacket. It really depends on the. Yesterday I was here on my lunch break. Now I'm here again today. I'm on my lunch break. Okay, good job, Ethan. I'm not sure what to say that. Let me see. But I've never tried impact frames, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never tried impact frames. I should try that. I have never tried that, to be honest. That's something I always see in something in animation, in most cases. So like if the clothing was really tight fitted, it'll be like these small little wrinkles. But if it was a jacket per se, let's just say it was a jacket, it'll be much more elongated, and the folds will curve. So they'll curve like this, or like this, or like this. Like if you look closely at the shapes of each of the jacket, they tend to follow a certain pattern per se. Now you don't have to draw these. These are usually something you can usually paint. You can draw them, but it's gonna be probably more work, or whatever case may be. Anyone who's watching this, I'm gonna go and get your lights up, my boy. Okay, thanks, Souls. I appreciate it. And then they usually follow a certain pattern to indicate a sense of folding. These open C-like structures. They're usually at like an open, elongated C to indicate there's a certain amount of folding. Okay, so that's usually how that works when you want to understand the idea of folding. Okay, so if I were to draw a jacket on her, like just my own jacket, let's just say I'm drawing my own jacket. I'm not going by the reference, I'm drawing my own. So I'm just making a jacket. Like what most some artists do this, where they'll make the outline first, right? They'll make the outline of the jacket first. Of like movement, but you can't just put random. But please be clear, don't put just random wrinkles everywhere because that's just gonna look weird. You have to follow where the direction is going. So because the character is turning this way, right, and her legs are here and turning the same direction, everything's gonna follow that way, okay, in resistance. So like, I'm going to draw another jacket like that. I'm going to crumple it, like, kind of, not really, but just try to be oh, and there's something called compression. So like, if there's not a lot of movement, it's going to relax itself and it's going to not wrinkle as much. So you have to keep that in mind, okay? So like that. Like that, because she's turning, therefore everything's going to follow that direction. Okay? And please note, the way I'm drawing them is using big open C's. This is something you'll see patterns in to understand when to make these C's instead of just making them randomly and wondering why they look strange. But be aware of the flaring of stuff. That's something to keep in mind as well. So keep hitting those likes, guys. I do appreciate it. How do you do a sweater? A sweater, depending on what the material is, it's usually like if it's a sweater, like a literal sweater. The sweater will be more heavy, and because it's heavier, it will only fold. It will never wrinkle. It won't wrinkle. It will just fold. So if I were to write a Christmas sweater or something like that, I'll make bumps and see where the compression holds, because the more heavy it is, the more it's not going to look like this. It's going to be, I'm going to save this so I can come back to this. It's going to be, let me see, go back. Okay, save. I need that. Okay, so like if I were to draw a character that's in a sweater, I mean a sweater, anime sweater. Okay, let me see. Like, so if the character is wearing a sweater like this, let's just use this for example. As you see, there's not a constant frequent of folding or like lines everywhere, because it's heavier. The compression is going to be a lot more smoother. So because the movement, because if this was moving and this was that same jacket we saw before, it'll be still wrinkling almost all the way through. But because it's much heavier, the compression, because the more heavier the fabric is, the more likely it's not going to wrinkle. It's going to fold frequently based on movement. So because the arm is moving and it goes under the shirt, therefore there's going to be a little bit of movement to indicate there's movement. That's it. But once the character is like literally standing, it's not going to wrinkle as much. So like let's use this example. See how she's just kind of just relaxing? The shoulder's not wrinkling, the breast is not wrinkling. It's only when we get to halfway point of the body where there's a movement in some shape or form within the verb, and because of that, it's going to fall. So there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 folds. Well, technically 8, but like there's 7 like active folding that's happening. So there's not a lot of wrinkles. There's no wrinkles at all. It's just folding. So like I said, if I were to draw this, right, the same way, sweater, and because she's moving her arm, compression, like that, so, arm, and that's it. It would be pretty basic. I don't know if you guys can see that well, so I'm going to turn it up. So that's how you can understand clothing in that sense, the compression. So you can always, you can do this thing where, to make it easier to read this, you can say C is for compression, so this area is going to be compressed, meaning I mean, I say smooth. I'll say the word smooth. Smoothing, like I'll smooth this, and then because we have this divot here, it's going to fold, right? And then because there's compression here, it's going to fold. It's going to fold. Oops. And then the arm, this is not going to be smooth from the top, but from the bottom, because the arm's moving, it's going to wrinkle there in most cases. Okay, so that will help you in the sense of understanding. I know it's kind of complicated for right now, but you'll see the pattern as time. If you practice this more and more, you will see the pattern within clothing. So it'll be harder. It won't be as hard to read clothing at all. It's going to get hard at the very beginning, but once you start looking at the patterns and look at, I would stick on one particular outfit per particular genre outfit. So the best way to learn is just look at t-shirts, focus on t-shirts, right? Just t-shirts. And then when you're really good at t-shirts, move on to long sleeve shirts. Long sleeve shirts, move on to a sweater. From a sweater, move on. No. Let's work our way up from thin all the way to thick. So, t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, a, a thin jacket, uh, like a raincoat or something, like a thin jacket, and then move on through a sweater, and then a heavier jacket, like a winter jacket. The main thing I'm struggling with is that his face at the moment is faces. What is that? What is it about phases per se that's giving you a hard time? Like, give me an explanation, because saying I have problem with faces could be virtually like it could be an angle thing, it could be a placement thing. Like you gotta distinguish to me what that means, so I'm not just rambling on to anyone who's sitting here. So just be a little more specific on that. So that's pretty much it when it comes to clothing. Clothing is not as hard as you think. It's just about what texture you're using, and the texture. It means by the heaviness and how thin to how wrinkly and how foldish it is. No, I won't be able to look at Discord. The Discord is being a problem. Just say it right here. Sadly, I can't run to that and back and forth, and we're trying to keep the momentum with the numbers. So just say it in the chat so everyone else can learn to do it too. I don't mean to be that guy, but like literally, like I can't like run between Discord and stuff. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I struggle with proportioning the body to the head. So, when proportioning the body to the head, you always make sure that the head is not the biggest thing there. It's just the roundest thing there, per se. So when you're drawing, like, say, a character, per se, say like you're drawing this character here, I'm drawing her head. When I'm always drawing the body, I always draw a head, and then if you're doing this digitally, I can understand this is going to be much easier to proportion this, but you're doing this traditionally, this is going to be a little more difficult. This is something you're going to have to really know, that the shoulder width is usually larger than the body, the head. So when the shoulder width should always be past the shoulder width should always be past that of the head. Okay, depending on what type of body type we're working with, whether it's skinny, muscular, or whatever the case may be. Let me get the Discord, by the way. It's in the link in the description. It's in the link description. Link in the bio. You click on it, Linktree, and it takes you to all my social media. So yeah. Let's see here, and then what you need to do is make sure when you're drawing the body, depending on what you're trying to do, is that the head shouldn't be that big. It should always be smaller than it should. So I'll grab the head and just always just kind of eyeball it and work with that for now. And if it still feels too small, this is more of a feeling type of thing, because I'm not saying to be, if we're trying to be accurate, then you have to really pay attention to this. But if you're talking about like just making characters or whatever the case may be, you can kind of get away with this on purpose, because like men who are usually really massive, their head is usually smaller. So like if you draw like a character like a male character, and he's really buff for whatever reason, right? I'm just doing this real quick. I'm not trying to be super accurate, but if he's usually buff, his traps are huge, right? And because his traps are huge, his head is usually small. If you want to make them look really like massive and huge, like Maga for instance, he has a small head and everything else is big. His head is probably the smallest thing on his body, per se, other than his hands. Let me see. Let me use an example here. Let's see. He's in here. I'll deal with him in a bit. I'll get him in here in a little bit. Hold on. Let me see. So it's like they're looking back, but the body is facing forward, and it's either my eyes. Okay. So what I'm assuming what you're trying to say is that based on they're looking back. Okay. Go to Instagram and send me a picture of a reference, so I have an idea. So like if what you're saying is you're trying to make them look from a certain angle like this, like they're looking from this angle, is that what you're trying to say or something? Or oops, they're going from let me see. So it's like they're looking back at the body and it's facing forward and weird, or the nose. Send me a reference on Instagram if you can. I would appreciate if you did. That would probably help me. Because the explanation, I don't think I'm getting it too well. I'm thinking of one thing, but I think you're thinking of another thing. So I'm gonna be at least try to understand. Send it to me on Instagram. It's easier. I can at least see it from the phone. Unlike Discord. Okay. Guys, those of you here, keep hitting the like. I do appreciate it. There's 35 of you. Guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask a question. I'm willing to answer any questions that you may have when it comes to artwork, or in case maybe or anime art. If you want me to answer your question, please come in. I'll try to answer the best to my abilities, as best as I can. I'm not saying I'm perfect at everything, and I don't say I get all the right answers, but then again, I can give you at least an educational answer as best as I can if I have some familiarity with it, or at least give an educational guess on what I can provide you. So, if you're having a hard time with an artwork or art understanding, please, I appreciate it. Please hit those likes. It does bring in more people. It does help me out, and then also, it'll help everyone else at the same time. Hi from Russia. Hello. Hello. Greetings. Or so. So if you have a question, please let me know. I'm only here for 2 hours. I'm not gonna be sitting here for 6+ hours because like I have to get some stuff out of the way. I'm sorry that I got on late. Didn't mean for that to happen. I had to get the tablet fixed, so that usually what happened to me. I got the tablet getting fixed now, so I don't have to worry about that part, but I'm sorry about that. That I got on pretty late. That was not intended to happen, or so. Alright, so let's go back here. I think I hit this drive pretty well on that. Okay, oops. If a burning art question that you want to know, I'm right here. I don't mean to. I don't bite. I'm pretty nice, I think. But then again, I'll try to answer your question the best as I can. If I don't understand your question, don't feel stupid or bad or anything. It's just probably my brain not working. Don't think many people do this, but anime proportions. I wouldn't go with anime proportions per se because anime proportions are based on interpretation, like any other cartoon form of art style. But if I were to go by proportions, I will at least go with something a little bit more realistic first. Now, as as me being a teacher, I would never tell my students to go straight draw real things because I think that's too, in my opinion, it's a little bit too finger wagging ish. You know what I'm saying? Per se. So I would say to them, try to draw in the best of your abilities to draw something as realistically as possible. But you don't have to draw realistic, because if they draw realistically, if they draw realistically as possible, then 9 times out of 10 they'll do a better job than being just forced to draw realistically, because that's not what they came here for. You know what I'm saying? So I usually encourage them to draw something more realistically as best as they can to the best of their abilities and be proud of themselves on doing that, because it's more encouraging, and then they'll most likely make better choices by drawing a lot more consciously on what they're trying to achieve. Now, you said here, what do you use to find reference? Pinterest. I like face. I don't know, but stylization is hard. Stylization is only hard when you don't know how to draw something. So, like for instance, I did not know how to draw. I just drew these for the very first time yesterday. I have never drawn a rain frog before. I had never drawn a tortoise before. I never did. I did that yesterday for the very first time, and it came up pretty good because I have an understanding of form. I have an understanding of shape, form, and I wouldn't say there was not a lot of perspective per se, but there was perspective to an extent. I did use the blob method, using like a blob of like paint and then sculpting it into what I want it to be. So there's that. So what do you do? Pinterest is good. Yes, I use Pinterest. How do you get? What I'm using currently is Pinterest. How do you get the right body length? Because I'm struggling. Um, for me, I don't really try to worry about measurement. I don't worry about measurements per se. What I do based on how I get I want to say the accurate, I want to say the right word is accurately, but as accurately as possible, I focus more on the gesture, and then I make adjustments based on what I'm looking at. Because you always know that no matter what angle the legs are, let's just say I put the leg, say here. Oops. Say I put the leg up in the air for whatever reason. You notice that the knee stops where the other knee is. It doesn't. The other knee doesn't stretch off here or here. It's the same length from each other. So both knees are right here, right? So like if the character's hand was like here, let's just say we drew her hand here for whatever reason, the elbow here is adjacent from the other elbow. So I know where the other elbow always is no matter what. Because no matter what the other leg is, like for instance, the knee from here, always across from each other. The elbow from here, if I were to go straight down like this, her elbow's here. You know what I'm saying? They're always adjacent from each other because they're always the same length. So if the elbow's here, I go one straight line down and the elbow's right there. That's how I know where the other elbow is. They're always the same length from each other. And if I were to put my finger here and kind of eyeball it, it's the same length. That's how I always keep the same length all the time. The problem is her hips are turned away from you. Yes, it is. It's turned away like this. I have it going inwards when actually the butt's supposed to be showing. I have it actually wrong way. Because right here, the butt here is, I think, right here, yeah. So like if I were to redraw this, I would actually erase this part. Oh wait, let me get the arms and stuff out of the way because that's not supposed to be there. Put the leg back down. There we go. And then put this here. And then what I'll do is curve the buttocks this way. Like that. And then what I'll do is thin out the problem a little bit. So. And then I would put a triangle right here. because the love handle is about here. Right, and then I would pull this more back because we're seeing more of this butt cheek here. So we're going to thin out that way. Oops. Like that. Okay. So, but this butt is like that. Let's fix down here too. Because all I'm doing is just turning my way. Right. That. And then grab the leg. Like so. Yeah, fix that. This is looking weird. It says I have to invite you to message you the image. Hold on. Instagram. Let's see here. Messages, request, souls, accept, primary. Go ahead. Now you can send it. Now I gotta fix this leg because everything, once you adjust one thing, you can't just adjust one thing. You have to adjust probably the whole thing depending on what you're trying to do. So that's something you should always keep in mind when doing something like this. Over there, Jesus Christ. Okay, who made the reference you're using? I have no idea. Pretty sure it's some type of game artist. It's on Pix. Oh, it's in Japanese. I don't even know. I can't read that. I don't even know. But right now, we're just using it as a form of reference. I can check that later. Let me see. Okay. So there we go. Hold on. Let me. Dead quiet. Okay. Oh, okay. So the head. Okay. That's what you meant. Okay. So when it comes, I know that's an AI drawing, but if I were to draw that, let me see. If I run right back. Head. So what's the problem with this per se? Like you have a problem making them look back on a third, like I guess a 3/4 angle. Is that what it is? Is a 3/4 angle? Right? Because of like what to make a 3/4 angle. This is what I use something called the gearbox. I refer to this to. It makes it easy for me to remember. So you make a circle. Actually, I'm going to use that. Let's use a square. So use a square, and the more slanted something, the more tilted it is. So like if you make a square slantedly, and then make the other side more longer, that indicates we're looking at this side more than this side. So this one's on a turn. So if this is at a turn, let's just say this is the face, and over here it's just the ears. Then anything else from that point, let's just say it was a face, just say the face here. Let me put an ear, put the head. What's that? Let's just do this real quick like that. Okay, just got the notification. Yo, what's up? Okay, what's up? It's the fact it looks small when I draw it, like either the nose or the eyes. Okay, is it the head or the face? I'm thinking it's the face, right? Based on this subject, I think it's the face in general. So like, or is it the eyes? So it's just the face, it's not the head placement, right? It's the face. Okay. So when you say the face, you're referring to mainly the eyes and the nose, correct? Okay, so let's just say you already know how to draw the head, so I don't need to explain that part per se. Now, let's just say I drew the same head, not head, but same body, same angle per se. Right? Right? So what I would do is always know when something's at an angle. When you want to show depth, something's always at a slant. It's always at a slant. So like for instance, if I were to draw the eyes, I would draw it instead of like this, I'm drawing it like this. Because the slant, that slant indicates there's some form of turning. Once you draw it like normally, like I draw like a regular eye, like a regular anime eye per se, if you draw it like this, it's gonna look just like it's looking directly at you, right? But if you draw it like at an angle, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna look a lot more believable. Now, a lot of you do this thing where you make one eye big and the other one small. I understand how that kind of works, but then again, that is the most wrong thing to do, because when you make that slant where you make the eyes big, you make one eye really small and make the other eye really big. What's going to happen, it's going to look really distorted. Like you guys would draw it like this, like you'll draw like this and like this, and you don't have it on the same length, like one eye is big than the other and looks really strange. So what you're supposed to do is draw in an angle, which you did right, that's right, but what you're supposed to do is keep the same length on the same height and length. So what I mean by this is like here and here. This is why when they put a box, they're trying to keep you in line with the eyes, because if you look closely at the reference you sent me, both slanted eye and regular eye is on the same length. They're on the same length, so they don't look distorted in any way. So if I were to draw this, I will try and make sure that the eye is always on the same length. Okay. So it depends on, and then also it depends where you put the eye, but like per se. This is why you always put a line to really show how much turning you put onto the character. So because the more you turn, the more the cheek gets smaller. Because this side gets smaller, this one gets thing. Because like I said, when you adjust one place, the other place gets smaller. It's like a thing of like squash and stretch to an extent. Like when something squashes, the other one stretches. Well, like I was saying, like when you want one character to move their hips one way, the other side stretches. So you can't just make one side stretch and the other one just totally not moving or not doing anything. They're both in tandem with one another, depending on what you're trying to do. This is why it's important to learn gesture drawing, because you have to learn the verb and understanding of movement to make something feel fluid and real to you, whether it's an anime or a real person. Okay, so hey Titan, what's going on? Let me see. So that's pretty much what that is. So if that answers any questions, it's just too damn quiet back here. So I'm gonna
Shadow Realm Gauntlets. Hello.
Hey, Shao, what's going on, bro? How goes it? Okay. We can't see on TikTok your profile's drawing is off screen. Wait, what are you trying to say? The one with the face? Okay, here. What?
Shadow Realm Gauntlets.
Not much.
Nothing much, I just subscribe and keep up the good
Thank you, I
work.
appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, Shadow. I do appreciate it. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to finish up the last two gesture drawings, and then we'll get straight to the gaming stuff. Bri, can you put a poll on either replay Overwatch, Guilty Gear, or what is it called? Expo Primal. Expo Primal. Expo Primal. Expo Primal. So like, okay, I'll just write it down. Either put a poll for Overwatch, Guilty Gear, Strive, or yeah, Expo Primal, yeah, that one, and I guess you can put in Monster Hunter Rise. Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. They'll get to pick what I play today. Guys, we're going to be doing the level up event today. So if you want to be part of that, we're going to be playing that in a bit. Have you seen Eminence Shadow? No. Not sure what that is. Oh, my ear. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to try to get this one. Okay, first thing, I keep I turn off my sound because of the music. Once I start playing game, there'll be sound on both. Oh, I turned it back on. There will be sound both on all platforms and on Twitch. I mean, what do you call it? TikTok. Jesus, can't talk. There you go. The sizing. There we go. Okay. Do you play Fortnite? Kind of, but I don't really play that much. I do have it. I was gonna delete it at one point, but I want to keep it around because since Overwatch does, well, not Overwatch. Fortnite does a lot of like anime stuff now. It would be nice for me to play it sometime when I'm on stream, playing like an anime character or something like that. Yeah, I just put myself on mute because I don't want to I piss off TikTok and Twitch and YouTube because I'm playing on with music in the background and they get mad at me. So I have to turn it down as soon as someone says hi or KCB so they don't think I'm just running around with no sound on, not aware of it. Okay, now the back is slanted. So we want to slant that back more. We don't want this head to be doing whatever the hell it's doing. Okay. Guys, there is a polling for those who are coming in. So if you want to see what game I'm going to play, you can pick the game. It's up to you. You decide what game I play. Oh, I do not play Minecraft. That is the one game I do not play. I don't play Minecraft because I don't know, I just find that extremely boring. I know it's not boring if you don't play with friends or whatever, but like the whole no, I can't. Something about Minecraft just doesn't click with me. I like fast-paced stuff. Thank you. How can I quarter right? Queer right. I'm gonna just call you right. I can cure right, I think. Cure right. I don't think I said that right. Okay, I guess I'm playing Overwatch. Damn it, I kinda wish you guys picked Guilty Gear. I wanted to play as Raptalia, what's her name, and practice on her. She's been the most interesting character I want to play on Guilty Gear. But it looks like I'm playing Fortnite Overwatch once again. Alright. I guess we'll play even on comp too, just to make things even more interesting.
Nice art.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just doing some studies, to be honest, not doing anything too crazy. Let me see, the neck is about here. It's about here, yeah.
Joe ST. Hi.
Hello, Joe. What's going on, bro? I hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you for coming from YouTube. I hope you're having an awesome day. Who do you main in Overwatch? Okay, when it comes to tank, I main Reinhardt first. Then it will be Orisa. Then it will be Ramdata. Then it will be, in this particular order, it's Reinhardt, Orisa, Ram, Sig. Winston, Zarya, and then Roadhog at the bottom. I don't really play
Joe
as
ST.
the hamster.
I was there, but sometimes the chat is not working.
No, the chat's working. It's just that I keep myself on mute. Are you talking about my voice or the chat? Or so. Oh, when it comes to DPS, it's Reaper, Tracer, Soldier, and I'll say sometimes Genji. Sometimes. And once in a while, Junkrat. When it comes to healers, I play all healers except I used to play a lot of Brig, but no. I play more Mora, Zen, Mercy, Ana, Baptiste. that new chick, and I don't have, for some odd reason I don't have life save life lever doesn't, I keep saying lifesaver like the candy. um yeah, I play all healers. I'm more of a healer main tank than
Joe
DPS. I
ST.
don't really play DPS
You
that
draw
much.
legs always before arms?
No, I always draw head first before I draw arms. I draw the head first so I know where the head is placed at, and then I know where to put everything else from that point based on the perspective. Like this, and that. Hands about here. Yes, I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. I'll be streaming video games as well for the weekend because I'm just doing it for the event.
WYD.
If I didn't have to play a game for the event, I would be just doing artwork. But it took me, the reason why it took me so long to get on stream today was because the tablet broke off, so I had to go fix it. My tablet that I use here to draw, the latch broke off, so I had to go fix it and get some parts. But then again, my tablet's almost 10 years old. The next 2 years will be 10 years. Because I got it in 2015. It's 2023, in 2 years it'll be 10. So I'm not really surprised that it's like that. I main Ana and Kiriko as healing, Soldier and Ash on DPS, and Ryan and Sigma on tank. Nice. Nice. That is awesome. Because like I don't play Doomfist. I find Doomfist quite infuriating to deal with. And all my, just honestly, I just don't find him all that fun to play as. He was probably fun back in Overwatch 1. Because I did used to play him as
Helios.
Overwatch 1 on the
Balls.
arcades. But what I'm doing, I'm just doing artwork.
Joe ST. Make an anniversary for your tablet.
Make an anniversary? Oh, like on the 10th, on the 10th. Maybe one day I might do that. I might do that. Oh, was that okay? All my homies hate Sombra. I hate Sombra. I hate Sombra. Sombra's annoying. She is the most annoying character in the game. Still, even after the rework, she's still annoying. Ever since her, like, even before her rework, she's been frequently used since Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2. Jesus Christ, she is so annoying. The only way to make Sombra work is to get rid of her. She's annoying as hell. Completely, like, it's just... She is so annoying to deal with, it's not even funny because it's like... that turning you off shit every time. Let me see. I just don't like dealing with her. She just pisses me off half the time, especially when I'm trying to tank. And then she abuses the oh my god, she abuses the hell out of the healer, so like that's not fun. Half the time when you're a healer, especially if you're playing like a Zen.
Taz. Hi.
Hello Taz. Hey Taz, what's up? You're over there on YouTube now. When you're playing as a healer and then you're playing like something like Zen or probably even Mercy, you're at the mercy of this. You're pretty much at the mercy of the skill tree of your enemy Mora, and then Sombra, and then you're also at the mercy of your own teammates if they care enough to keep you alive and watch over you half the time. That shit is so irritating. Is that Copperbar Karapika? Really? That's a odd question. No. It is not Kurapika. Tell me about it. Yeesh. Like, you're always at odds with your team and the Sombra, so like if she sucks at fighting, then you may have a chance to live. But if she's really good at fighting and she's good at turning people off, oh my god. You have yourself a demon that's constantly turning everyone off. And it's not fun. Oh no. And then she has another ability which is called Virus, which I'm not really sure how it works. I guess it's just like it turns you off, but it's like a longer duration. Oh no. I think how Virus works is when she hits you with it, your health is most likely to get hurt even more. Like she deals more damage or something if you get hit by it for like a small amount of time or something like that. I think that's how it works, but I'm not totally sure. It's just a pain in the ass half the time because you never really know. Like I never know what. I'm not really sure how that thing works. Is that how it works? It will wait for her to use her translocation thing with junk rat back when she has it. When she had it, yeah. Hey Mike, what's going on, Mike? What brings you to the stream, I did. Shit. There we go. Her face is kind of. I can see the head like that. So it's like the hand is about here. The leg. Okay. Oh, okay. So you erase this part and then go by exactly how it is based on the negative space. That. Curve it. Curve it. Okay. Then like that. Foot like this and then curve it like that. Alright. Now the foot here needs to be a little bit more on an angle. So I'm going to draw this like so. Okay. Now the leg here is a little bit too fat. It looks really strange. So we're going to fix that by there we go. But it looks too short, so we need to pull it up a bit longer. About there. Alright. And then erase this part. And then pull this up about here. Okay. There we go. Let me see. Her new ult makes you take more damage and hack faster and deals damage more time. It's not like she doesn't even more. And then I think they even fixed her gun, her Uzi type gun. It's much more accurate, I would say. It doesn't like spread too much. It's more accurate than it was before, I believe. Nothing like Maga's though. I like Maga's gun. I'm gonna main the hell out of Maga because Maga's gun is amazing. Knowing that you can shoot long range, pretty mid to long range, but the thing is like, it feels more accurate than that of playing Orisa. Orisa's gun always feel like it's kind of like, it doesn't feel like it's going everywhere, but it just feels like it's not going in the right direction every time you kind of shoot it. Maybe because it like little plasmids, like the way they're shot and I feel compared to like the actual bullets of a gun. There we go. Let me pull up the body like that. Okay. Let me see. Anatomy or perspective practice. A little bit of both. More like foreshortening for this one, to be honest, in my honest opinion. This is more like a... This is more of a foreshortening thing, to be honest. So we like that. Arm like this. And then here's this part. Okay. I still feel like it's a little bit too... Okay. A little more. It needs a little more. There we go. Still think it's a bit too stiff, and I think it has to do with the slantation of the... I think. Nope. Don't look right. Okay, up like this. Okay. Oops. Maga. Okay, and deals damage over time. Okay, let me see. It says her new ult makes... Okay, I read that already. So it says Maga was fun to play. He was available. Felt like I was playing Maui. Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Not gonna lie. I don't know if the same voice actor is like... I don't know if it's the same voice actor who played Gibraltar from Overwatch. I mean, no, from Apex. I feel like that's what it is, but I feel like it's probably a different character as well, a different voice actor as well. Let's see here. Okay, grab this. Erase this part too. The hand about here. The sword about here. Okay, that's a terrible sword, but I usually make better swords than that. Let me see. What can I say except you're welcome? I was blasting that song while I was soloing on his old. Oh man. Oh man. That's probably why they didn't. That's maybe the very reason why they didn't put Maga out way back when Overwatch 1. Because Disney had fucking like Maui. And it's like, man, this looks a lot like Maga. So let's wait a couple of years to put this dude up before people start making comparisons saying we cheat, we like, you know, copied and paste. That's what Blizzard probably said to themselves. That's why it took so long for Maga to come out. Because I remember he was teased way back in Overwatch 1 when Baptiste was like presented, or at the time I think around Baptiste's debut or so, when he was being teased at the time. Everyone thought it was Maga, I think, at first. We all assumed that Maga was going to be the next hero, but it was Baptiste, per se. Or I think it was not even Baptiste, I think it was Ramdata, per se. Or what, was it Ramdata? No, it was at the end of Overwatch 1 when Ramdata was introduced. We all thought it was going to be Maga, or whoever Maga was supposed to be at the time. Okay, like that. There you go. Yeah, Overwatch is free. It's free now. So it's such a pain in the ass to know that it's free now, because I was one of the people who actually paid for the game back in Overwatch 1 came around and back in 2016. So that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit when Jeff Kaplan said he was going to make it free. I miss loot box. Yeah, and the thing is, I was gonna do a whole video on the loot box, because I think I remember 2,587 loot boxes throughout the course of my whole time of playing Overwatch. That's me playing from 2016 all the way till Overwatch's opening, because I never opened any of my loot boxes. I never opened a single loot box. That shit pissed me off when they opened it for me. I didn't get to do my video. I was gonna do the video once Overwatch 2 was like coming out, but they did it early for the beta, so they kind of fucking opened all my loot boxes when I was gonna do a video and post it on YouTube. That shit made me so mad. They opened all my loot boxes for me as I was getting into the game, because they said, "Oh, you don't want the loot boxes going away, so we'll open for you." I was like, "Motherfucker, wait, hold up." Couldn't get a say in the matter. They just opened it for me, punk ass. Yep, I had 2,578 loot boxes. And no, I didn't buy those fuckers. I'm old. I don't buy games. I don't buy not buy games. I don't buy microtransaction shit. I don't buy cosmetic shit. I let my shit like literally sit there and it will build up. I'm an old school ass fucker. I don't like playing. I don't like. I like earning my shit. I don't like buying money just to get a skin. I'll wait for a skin till it's free or I earn it. Either one of those things will happen. And rarely they're ever free. So either you earn it or you don't get it at all. That's why in Fortnite and Apex Legends, I think I have about, 300, 400 plus loot boxes that I did not open since its inception of me playing that game. Or so. That's how I got my skins. I don't like opening skins. Opening skins for me is boring. I don't find them interesting unless it changes gameplay, whatever. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. I don't care for loot boxes or skins. That's something you can never get me on, is skins. I might pay for a new hero, but if I can earn that hero, I ain't paying for that bitch. I'm gonna earn that shit. And if it takes me forever, it takes me forever. I'm not gonna buy a hero if I can get it for free. Overwatch does this. They give you a chance to get a hero for free, or you have to buy it. And they make you grind that shit out to the point that will frustrate you. But I'm too strong-willed on that. You can't stop me. I'm too old school. I really think Kiriko's new skin, but I'm not giving Blizzard a dime. Yep. I like majority of the skins, but it's just I'm not fucking around with those. Like, I'm not giving you money just to look like everyone else. Like what the hell? Like, there's some skins that people don't have because I either have them now because of Overwatch 1, because they open my loot boxes and shit. That's in the, what do you call it, the battle pass or whatever the hell. The only time I'll use my battle pass or anything like that, or any of my points that I've gathered up, is to get Maga. That's it. But I'm not even going to try to get him like that. I'm going to earn him first, so I don't have to. I'm stubborn as a mule. I'm not going to. I don't care for skins. That shit never ever appealed to me, even back in the early 2010s or so. DLC, and I think what really killed it for me for DLC was fucking Destiny. When Destiny forces you to buy DLC so you can play with your stupid friends, that just right there tells me this is not a. If the gaming industry was going down the pipeline, that's the gaming industry is going down the pipeline from that point on. Man's got talent. Thank you. This is talent. I love this, bro. Thank you. I think I'm pretty close to the original, but there's some fair changes you can see. Mine is a little bit more thicker. You can see that mine's more realistic to an extent. And the angle is not too strong. Like we can really see downwards. Mine's like it's downwards, but like more of a slight tilt to the point that we're kind of like more eye level ish. But this one's more like you're looking directly down upon her. I think it's because of how I constructed the top half and the bottom half. I should have made the butt a little more slanted, more straight slanted. The legs should have been a little bit more smaller and tilting, especially this leg here should be tilting. It's too straight, so I would grab this leg here and then tilt it like this, like that. And then instead of making it like that, I would a little more. Okay. It's honestly better. Thank you. Mine's a little bit more realistic. Sometimes that could be a problem. Sometimes this could be a blessing, depending on the situation. But I made her more thicker, obviously, in very obvious places. But let me see. The neck right here. And then the eyes are looking back at us, but I made the eyes a little bit more like here. More like a mysterious swordsman. I might just keep it that way. No, I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep our eyes being shadowed. Just to keep it that way. It looks more cooler. I'm just going to be honest. Given the angle. Our ear is about here, so the ear will be about here. A little bit more. Oh, not that high. Okay. That's one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece. Why I'm saying one piece, don't know why. Why did I say one piece for? I got one piece in the mind. Okay. Now let me fix the sword. The sword looks kinda it looks kinda jank. It looks funny as hell. It's kinda janky jank. Janky jank. Just get a dude. Okay. Let me it's like buying a whole new game. Destiny's like, yeah, like for real. The DLCs was ridiculous back when it first came out. Like if you didn't have the DLCs, you could not play majority of like the regular game modes. You had to get the DLC for you to play the game. So it puts you in this position of, I don't want to spend 60, well not like $60, but like I don't want to spend on a freaking DLC just to play a stupid map that I don't even care for to play with my friends. And then when they started doing that, I was like, that's kind of annoying. Like that don't happen in Halo like that. You can still play the other maps. You don't have to play like fucking. You don't have to have a certain map to play Halo. Back in the day, and this was, I think Bungie was still, I think, was it Bungie or was it just 343? I don't know. Whoever made Destiny at the time when Destiny came around, I think it was Bungie. I'm not totally sure. I could be wrong. But at the time, you didn't have to have that. You can play almost every game mode. You didn't have to worry about it. The Witch Queen DLC was $50, man. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I stopped playing Destiny. I stopped because it's getting ridiculous. Like, you have to be rich just to play Destiny. And it's funny because you're not even playing like a subscription. But you're not paying for a subscription. I get that. But like, you're paying full price for a DLC. That's ridiculous. And if you put like if you can play, like if you play Destiny 1 all the way to Destiny, like the current Destiny 2, you're spending about probably $300 or so just to get all the maps, because you can't play majority of the games without the DLC. You're paying like $300. First of the game is like $60, right? or probably $70 now, because games are now almost $70 to $80 these days. But like it's $60, right? Then you have to pay like a $30 like DLC package for like Destiny 1 if you want to know the whole story, if you care for that. And then Destiny 2 is another like $160 or something like that. It's like $300. I know you're passing more than $200. You're at that $300 threshold or so. It's ridiculous. Lightfall expansion is like $60.99.99, the price of a new game. Yeah, that's the whole price of a new game. It's insane. Even now, that's highway robbery. Yeah, it's insane. And then what makes matters even more worse is like they try to get woke as hell. That's one thing, and I hate the woke shit. I'm not gonna get into that because TikTok. They get super woke, and the one thing I hate most is that other than the gatekeeping you from playing game, it also forces you to what was it? It was the woke thing. There was something else. There was a third one. Oh shit. Oh, and the memories are so huge. The memory is huge. Like, dude, like Overwatch right now is 49 fucking gigabytes, bro. Like, if you're not running with any like terabyte shit, like it's getting like, and I know this is weird, but that is a lot of gigabytes. Like 49 gigabytes for Overwatch, 64.4 for like Mortal Kombat, and then if I remember right, Batman is 40, and Guilty Gear is 32. That's a lot of memory, especially if you're running like with 500 gigabytes. And other shit, me too, brother. Me too. Like my PS4 literally doesn't have room for it. Like it's insane. And I know this is kind of like I know this is a weird argument. I understand because like for these games to be as massive as they have to be, you need to have space. They need to have to make a big enough space. So I'm not gonna be a dickhead and say, oh, you should make it smaller because that's virtually almost impossible if you're gonna add all that shit in there, right? So what they should do is like consoles now should have like by default have like 2 to 3 terabytes into their systems to make up for the overall abundance of like memory. I shouldn't get 500 gigabytes in a console. That's almost stupid at this point. Cuz like almost 3 to 4 games can literally like ram up your shit real fast. And I think Call of Duty is like 100 and something gigabytes. Depending on which Call of Duty I'm talking about, because there's so many of them now. There's Call of Duty Warfare 3, there's the Warzone version, there's different versions of it. And then it's like, dude, it's like, this is why bringing the idea of the mobile industry, gaming industry, it fucks the whole not want to say PC, but the whole console thing, because it's too much. It is too much, bro. Call of Duty has horrible and massive yeah, it's constant updates all the time, and then you keep getting more. Like it's insane. The last COD I bought was called Cold War, and I swore never to buy another COD. The last time I played Call of Duty, the last Call of Duty I paid for was what was it? It was Call of Duty it's the one when they're all have like they're wearing like I want to say mech suits, but it's like almost you can pretty much call it Titanfall. I think that was Black Ops 3. Yeah, I think it was Black Ops 3. That's the one when they're all wearing like fucking like it's pretty much it's not even Call of Duty. It's like pretty much Apex. Apex. It's Titanfall at this point. Pretty much everyone's like running around these mech suits, jumping on walls and shit. I'm like, man, this is a stark difference compared to what it was back when it was just World War II, when you're just literally fighting against the Germans. It's a stark difference, my dude. It is a stark difference. Like back in 2000, I think was it 20? I think it was 03. The Xbox 360 came out. Shit, man, I tell you, that was a good Christmas. When the Xbox 360 and the PS3 came around, that was a great Christmas, my bro. I'm not fucking around. Like something about that era of Xbox 360 and like PlayStation 3 before the whole Red Ring of Death was a good ass time. Hey, Dangerous, what's going on, bro? I love the underwear mechanics from Call of Duty when they were running on the walls and shit. See, I have no problem with it. It was not bad. It was just literally getting to the point where I'm just playing Titanfall at this point. For me, it just felt like Titanfall at this point. This is why I think why most people say, "Oh, Titanfall is like the greatest shooter ever," because it's just it just allows you to be like, I don't know. It's just different. The last Call of Duty I played of getting females. I got you, bro. The last Call of Duty of I played was Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. What's your opinion on that? I just want to know because I stopped playing since Black Ops 3. Like, what was your opinion on that on the remastered version? Was it worth it? Was it worth the money, or is it like, nah, it's not the same as you remember, or probably it is? I don't know. Okay, I see a smooth operator. Nothing would, nothing will beat Call of Duty World War. Oh, I World at War. I remember that one. Wait, wasn't World of War when they had the mechanic? I don't know. It was like I don't think every Call of Duty was like this, but I think it really pushed the idea of grab. You can pick up like the grenade and throw it back to other people. I think that was a thing. Like Call of Duty 2 was the most. I still think is the best shooter, because it was just a simplistic game. It was like there with Halo. Like Call of Duty 2, like the old one for uh for 360, I still think is the best one, because it was just a simplistic game. I never break a sweat. I could have been better. It could have been better. I was alright. It was alright. I liked it when I was younger. Yeah, nostalgia is something. Yeah, and the bouncing Betty and the dog. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember. See, I think World of War is technically Call of Duty 3. I think technically, it was still taking place in like World War II, I believe. I think it was World War 3. Not World War 3. What was it? World War 3? No, it was pretty much in the olden times, but like just different. I don't know. It was like an alternate storyline ish type thing, but I felt that way. There you go. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Oh, it's like the amount of screen peeking I did back in the day. Yeah, Christmas time when you're home and like you're with your friends or your family or with your cousins, whoever. Because I know every year when it was Christmas, we would it would be like school's out, right? And we'll always go to my aunt's house every year, and it'll be me and my six cousins or so, or 6 or 7. I think it was 6 or 7, 6 or 7 cousins, and we'll play like Call of Duty. Or if it's not playing Call of Duty, we're playing fucking Gears of War. Oh my god, the late night staying up playing Gears of War. We just play Gears of War all night long, playing Horde mode, trying to get the legendary achievement back in the day. Just staying up all night throughout the 2 weeks we was off from school, at my aunt's house in PA, just literally playing Gears. And then if we're not playing Gears or Call of Duty, we're playing Smash. And we'll be up all night for like days just playing game. They'll drink constant chocolate milk or strawberry milk, what the fuck, and soda and chips and shit, and we just pass out on the chair and take literally like we'll take like literal like what's the right word? Shifts from each other from playing game. Like if I died, I go sleep and they all want to play game, and then when he dies, he wakes up the other cousin, and it was just insane, bro. That's how serious those games were back in the day. That's no wokeness, no nothing. It was just straight up story, video game, fun. That's it. Tell you something. There you go. It was just a different time, bro. It was just simplistic and to the point. I used to use the dogs all the time, and I would always use snipers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People hate you when you use the dogs. Oh man, you like this is where you get praised if you get a nuke.
You're really talented.
Really talented. Thank you. I appreciate it over there. Right, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Right, I do appreciate it. like people okay, this is weird. If you use the dogs, people will hate you, right? But if you got the nuke, people will love you because it's hate or love, either one, depending on the situation. But if you was managed to get a nuke, that was amazing because you had to like not die whatsoever to get that nuke. You know what I'm saying? So you can't die. So either you camped very hard or you got very lucky in your fighting. And then you can win the whole game by just getting a nuke. That was fun. But no one liked you when you use a damn dog. That was so annoying. It was so frustrating because you can fight the dogs back if I remember right, but like you just can't win. Especially if it's like two of them running up on you, you can probably kill one or two at a time. But no, bro. And they'll come and they'll run up on you in a way that you can't really defend too well. It was just pretty much over at that point. I don't want to give her too much of a muscle butt there. I don't want that. There we go. There was just too many, yeah. There was also the remote control cars you could use. That was a dick move. I always hated that. With the little robot, the little car RC thing, and you run up on someone and blow up. Oh my god, I hate that. Oh, does anyone remember prone? What was it? Prone. What it was called? Proning is when you kind of like shoot and then you kind of hit the B button fast enough to hit the floor. I think it's called prone something. I forgot what it was called. And other people use like what do you call it? What's the term? When you shoot the little like grenade launcher out of your gun, what do you call it? It was like a thing when you shoot and you hit the floor real fast, so you won't get hit as fast, or you won't get hit as easily, because the animation will save you. I forgot what it's called. Prone something. It was a term we called it. It's been such a long time. Let's see. Okay. I got pretty close with the almost to the original. There was too many. Okay. I think it was called just proning. Was it just proning? I thought it was called proning something. I think it was just called okay. I think it was. I guess it was just called proning. I thought it was called prone something. It was another word next to it, but maybe I'm mixing it with something else. It was just like if you wanted to get a pretty easy kill, you have to prone. It's like you have to run, like you have your gun, and then you hit the B button, and like really fast and hold it, so you hit the floor and you shoot. It was like a thing. Number one thing I remember playing Gears of War at least is like one thing people hated, and The one thing people hated the most is when you two-pieced. Oh, if you want to piss off somebody in Gears of War, two-piece them. Two-piece someone in Gears of War. You will get hate. You will get a bunch of videos. I remember my one friend would do a two-piece attack on people on constant because people always believe like because remember like Gears of War was the ultimate shotgunning game at the time. Um After Fortnite came around like 10 years plus later. It was always the shotgunning game. If you didn't use your Nasher, one shot you sucked, right? Or at least if you couldn't get that one shot, you gotta keep shooting with the Nasher. If you ever two-piece someone in Nasher, they'll call you out so fast and say you can't, you got no skill. I remember there was a forest area, kind of like a rainforest, and I would hide and snipe cuz of my cuz. Listen, I don't think you suck if you can snipe someone and get the kill. You're good in my book. But you know what's weird? I always found sniping very odd in Destiny. Because I would get crazy snipes in Destiny. It was like almost unbelievable. To the point I believe there was too much aim assist in that game. Because I will admit, I think there was a little bit too much aim assist in that game. In Destiny 2. I think it was Destiny 2? I think it was Destiny 2. Or was it Destiny 1? It was either one of those two. One of them had too much aim assist than the other. Alright, this one. Let's see. Until a certain level now. Yeah. Couldn't you control the dogs? I forgot. No. I think once you hit it, once you hit the perk, once you got the perk, the dogs just go everywhere. I don't think you can control them per se. I know you can control certain perks. You can, like, if you had an airstrike, you can tell exactly where the airstrike was going. Or if you had one particular airstrike that really killed a lot of people, you can send like one, and then if you really was good, you get a nuke. And this was hard to get because you had to literally not die, like at all. You have to get like probably 20 or 30 kills or something like some high ass number of kills, for you to get the nuke in Call of Duty. Once you get the nuke, you literally win because it just destroys everyone. It's like a game over from that point. Yeah, Destiny 2 gives you auto headshots, like straight up. It felt like there was too much aim assist in that. It gives you a sense of like, dude, and then yeah, that's exactly what. Bring your friends in. That's the reason. Welcome to the stream. Let me see. That was easy. All you had to do was snipe and hide in the water. Yep. Yep. Okay, like that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let's see here. Okay, like that. Get that? Okay. I just now notice where it was coming from. The light is coming down. So I'm gonna assume that because of the light, it makes more sense to put it right here. Okay, I think that's quite right. There you go. Alright. Do you use the lasso tool to shade? Yes, I'm using it right now. Yes, I do. It gives me more control of what I'm doing. I sometimes use the poly tool, but not that much. Only when I'm being really lazy. But I suggest always use the lasso tool. I use my lasso tool when I'm doing the blob effect too. I mean blob method. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Here. Alrighty. And then I'm going to make this a multiply. I'm going to turn this down. There we go. Put up the shade like that. There we go. Then we got some shading there. There we go. Okay. And then we'll make this into linear burn. Actually, I'll do it this way. Let me see, dark. Make it into a linear burn. There we go. So it's a little more smoother on that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, this will. Okay, what are you drawing for? It's art study, practice, and also content. And then later we're gonna be playing some video game in 2 seconds. I don't know if I should do another pose. Should I do one more pose? Or should I go play Overwatch? You guys pick. Okay, you know, put a poll real quick, Bri. Go play Overwatch or do one more poll. Do one more pose. I'm willing to do one more pose before I go. But I don't know if you guys want me to play Overwatch first instead. Okay. This will make my shading process increase tenfold. Can you do Trump as an anime waifu? Oh no, I'm not. I'm avoiding anything political. I am not doing that. I am not doing that. Can we pick the pose? Yeah, sure. You can send me a pose real quick. Okay, you can send me a pose. I am not doing nothing political. Fuck him and fuck all of that. Fuck Biden and him. Actually, I have no problem with Donald Trump, honestly. I have a problem with fucking Biden more than I do with Trump, to be honest. If you guys send me a post, but don't send me any posts with no lolly shit. Cause I'm not drawing no lolly. Cause that, you know how that goes. Let me see. I don't think anyone saw it. No, I'm not doing that. Lolly is basically. Oh, the poll is up there. Oh, it's still up there. Okay, you guys can choose if I do another pose or not. If I'm doing another pose, or am I going to go play Overwatch? Lolly is basically you're drawing females but flat chested, and they kind of look like prepubescent children. But it's not really. You're not drawing children. You're drawing like it's grown adults. Usually they're grown adults or so, but they have the body of that of no titties. They have little to no titties, so like people mistaking them to being like children or some shit. I don't see the poll. It should be in the corner somewhere. I see it. The number is like literally doing its thing. It's counting. You guys got 3 to 50. You got 3 minutes 57 seconds. Now this is the weirdest part. If you draw a lolly, people, Twitter and everyone will lose their minds and try to cancel you. But if you draw a femboy, that shit goes left real. That gets praised real fast. No, that's really weird. I'm gonna go. I got a migraine. Okay, feel better, Badger. Yeah, go vote, everyone. Just go pick what if I'm gonna play Overwatch or I'm gonna do another pose. You guys get the pick on that one. I don't know if I'm gonna. If that's the case. So I'm just waiting on you guys to pick what we're doing. By all means, there's ways to draw small-chested women, but what people tend to also give them like child-like features on top. Yeah, I don't like that. I like drawing my females pretty busty and stuff, so no one can't make the mistake that that's a kid. Only feminists sit there and say that looks like a child when it's busty as fuck, and then like that whole McDonald's thing. When they said, "Oh, it looks really weird that the child looks like her mom," I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's their kid." But somehow feminists and crazy people and woke people who don't like the family structure will find any reason to say, "Oh, it looks childlike," or "This is problematic." Yes, a basic anime family eating some McDonald's. Ooh, what the evil! Help the children. Oh no, save this. The fuck? It's called genetic. Yeah, it's called genetics. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with y'all? But this is people who are either extremely fatherless or have no or unemployed, and their hair is usually extremely blue, purple, or some insane color with a bunch of piercings and nose piercings and shaved hair. Who hate men half the time. Oh, and probably hate heteronormal stuff. So I'm not surprised. And probably thinks The Marvels is the greatest movie that ever been made. I think it's just the fact that a male is drawing it. That's usually it. But that's the thing. That's the funniest thing about the whole Azure Lane situation. When everyone's saying, "Oh, they knew they." I think what happened. They debuted like a new character from the Azure Lane series, and she was extremely busty as hell. It's like so busty to the point that it was just ridiculous. And people were saying, "Oh, these Japanese men X, Y, and Z, they're just like they haven't seen a woman." Not know, and then they said something about the CEO hasn't never seen a woman or X, Y, and Z, and they came to figure out that the CEO is a woman that likes the character and signed off on this character 100%. They lost their minds on that. They couldn't fathom the fact that a woman. I can't. Shit's crazy. I can't. They couldn't find the child. The child looks like their parents. Like, yeah, it blows your mind. And they're eating McDonald's. Whoa! Like, what the hell? A family who's just sitting out eating some McDonald's together. Whoa, that's problematic. That's crazy. And the kid looks like their parents. What? Mm-hmm. That sounds accurate. It was hilarious when I heard about that. That shit was funny. And the woman's not even that bad looking. She doesn't look like anything close to what they draw on the show. Okay, one more post. Okay, I'll do one more post. All right, for you guys who are awesome and based individuals, I will draw something a little more bustier than usual. So maybe something a little more bust. Let me see, something really busty here. Let me see here. What can I find? Not bad. I guess I can go. No, it has to go with one of these three. It'll be kind of weird from the angle. Something busty. Not bad, but it's from the back. Ooh, what's this? I want to draw you, but you're not busty enough. Sent it. Okay, let me see what you sent me. Let's see if it was busty enough. You say you sent it, right? Let me see here. Okay. Okay. I can work with that, but okay, let me see if I can do it. Oh my god. I gotta jump back and forth between this. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I don't use my brain too much. I just realized. Oh, where's my camera? There you go. Why? Nope. My god, this phone is old. What kind of phone is this? It makes weird sounds. There we go. I'm gonna keep jumping back and forth. That's fucking annoying after a while. Okay. Neck is going this way. I'll say there's a slant here and here, and then with the arms about here. Okay, and then you have to bring down the hips there. Okay. The legs are. See, the problem with this pose is that it's just too stiff, in my opinion. It doesn't really say fluidity to me. It's not fluid enough for me. I like it when it's like more fluid, there's a lot of movement. First, let me get some fucking music. I don't know why they I don't know why they're playing classical music in my shit, but it's kind of funny. It's annoying, but it's funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to restart the stream for everyone. I'm going to go and put in Overwatch. I kind of wish you guys picked Guilty Gear. But, so with that said, have a great night, everyone. Those who are going to not stay for the gaming stuff. And a lot of great stuff. I can't talk today. I'm just kind of in this weird mood. For those of you who like what I do, if you like to support me, be a TikTok subscriber or a Patreon member. If not, you can also support me on YouTube and follow me on YouTube. I do give tutorials on YouTube. I did post 2 videos this week on how to paint clouds, and the other one how to paint bushes, foliage, and grass. So if you're trying to learn how to do that, you can see that in the current video that came out just yesterday. And tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. Do you like it? Do you think it's too fast? Is it too paced? Most of the videos range between 5 to 7 minutes long. They never go past 10 minutes long. They're very, very short and to the point. But the longer versions of them are on my Patreon. So if you want to get those on my Patreon, you have to be a Patreon member to get the longer form versions of those. They'll be like an hour or 2 long. The max, I think, is 2.5 hours, I believe. On one of them, I believe. I don't remember from the top of my head. So if you like to learn from me or be your teacher, you can be a Patreon member. You get discounts off, or you can just literally pay me to be your teacher, and I'll give you an hourly rate on how I go. But anyway, if you're also looking for a anime artist or a I also do anime art for video games and stuff like that, and commissions, and I also make VTubing models like this one. I made the VTubing model of this little guy. He's my little avatar. I use him for my streams. So if you want to get a chibi stream, because I only make chibi versions of VTubing avatars, if you want one like I do, let me know so you can get one. My prices are pretty cheap for VTubing character models or so. So if you want one, let me know. I'll draw out your character, and then you can give it to your rigger so they can rig it and all that great stuff. So with that said, I'm out here, guys. Have a great night. My Overwatch is still downloading. Oh, I see you, bro. It's all right. Why is my eye twitching? So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. I'll be right back on Twitter, on TikTok. We're gonna play some Overwatch. I'll be right back. All right, Twitch and all you good guys and girls, whatever. I'm going to restart the stream, and we're gonna play some Overwatch. So I'll be right back. All right.